Hello. So you're probably new to Toyhouse and you're trying to figure out what exactly goes on in Toyhouse because it can look complicated at first and it may seem like a handful or even more than that, but it's actually relatively easy. So I'm gonna start with talking about the profile and then I'll go from there. You're going to go to your top right corner. If you're doing this on your phone, of course it's going to be smaller and thinner, but it'll show up as three lines in the top right corner and then a menu bar on the left below it. So you're gonna go to your settings if you want to adjust your profile and the profile content. So with this, here are some simple things. So if you want to enable code and you want to code on in your text box, which I will get to later, you enable code editor, and I think this one also counts for code and whatnot.
I forgot to mention this, but in the top right corner, like right above the text box, it shows like enable whatsoever or disable it, and that's basically like what allows you to go into the coding area instead of just the simple aesthetic text box.
If you want to check or uncheck these segments, these ones are mainly talking about like which ones you want to use code on, I believe. If you want to change your site theme, it ranges from these 6 colors. If you want to do it more, like if you want to have your own personal ones, I believe you need premium for that, because there are like Toyhouse accounts that are pretty aesthetic out there. As for profile content, this is basically like your intro to yourself or whatever you want to present on this page. So, along with that, if you want a profile warning, say you post like a lot of not safe for work content on your Toyhouse, then you would want to add a profile warning advising people of what they are going to be interacting with, and then they will be able to press OK and then go forward from there. If you want to change what is displayed on your profile, like favorited characters or more recent characters of yours, you can go down here below your text box and you can hide some of these options and you can display strictly only ones you want. If you want to see your subscriptions, you go down here on this bottom left segment and you go to subscriptions and it'll show you your subscription count. So if you want to edit your subscriptions, it'll show the edit bar right here. And then if you want to update it, you need to save these changes down here. Now you want to upload a character. So you go to this top segment over here and you press character. For this, you can upload the avatar, and then you're gonna see these 4 categories. You'll mainly worry about this one if you want to upload just a character. The HTML one is basically talking about like Toyhouse code links and whatnot to get other people to join. There's the resource panel. This one can be as an aesthetic mark, or it can be talking about like a species of yours. And then the ad, this one can be for like a GoFundMe or like a Ko-Fi account, like commissions and whatnot. And then you could do the name, and then you could change the visibility, and then the tags. Think of this basically like hashtags you use on X. So, but without the hashtag. So it'll be like if I want to put Glaceon or Vaporeon, then I believe those show up more frequently on other people's pages that may have those listed. It says enable listing here. So as for file uploading, if you want to upload a file for a character, you can simply go back to the submit bar and click image instead. And it'll show you to choose the file right here. And there is a max file limit, or like size limit, I guess. Then you can add the text bar if you want to caption it at all. This one I wouldn't worry about so much, but if you want to add a watermark, you can. I'm not quite sure how myself, but It is possible, as far as I know. And then there are NSFW settings where you can change whether an image has suggestive or not safe for work themes or whatnot. And if you want to make it something custom, you'd click sensitive content and you could display this. So if you want to credit an artist instead, or if you want to credit an artist instead of yourself, you could do this one, and you would do someone else's name that's in Toyhouse. But then there is an offsite artist option, which you post a link to the artist and then their label and whatnot. And you can add a credit note as well. I find this to be pretty helpful. And then you can do a custom one. So say you want to credit them because you made their OC and you want to like show them some like appreciation. So you could do that. You'd put the username to the person and then you'd say made this OC for them or something along those lines. And then the thing that you're mainly going to be worried about is adding a character to this, because it won't let you upload a photo without adding a character to the file. So you click add character and then you press select. And then if you want to find your character that you're looking for, you sort through your own files and then it will show them, and then you click on the character you want. You can also add another character, or you can remove another character. So now you want to change a character's text box. So you'd scroll down to the character that you want to edit, and you could either click the pen icon here, or you can click the character itself, and then go to Manage Character and Edit Profile. Usually this starts off as Arial 12 font, regular. You can change it by going to these segments up here, and you can click Georgia. Unfortunately, these two are limited, so you can't really change the text all that much. If you did copy paste from another website, maybe, but aside from that, you can change the color as well, and it's this blot icon right here, and this one is this. So if you want to add another segment, then you just enter and then paste, and then if you want to change the color, you have to select this again. You'd have to deselect and then reselect, and then you want to change the color. So now we're gonna do 7185FF, and now it's lighter blue. That's really epic. So now you want to add an image into your text box. You can only do a link to the photo instead. So what you need to do is go to your next text segment and click enter wherever you want to put the photo. So you'd go up here and you would have to go here, or well, not really, but copy your image address, and then you can paste the link, and then boom. Unfortunately, you can't like adjust the size with these on the iPad or on mobile, so you'd have to go here, and usually I do 400 by 400 because it's just simpler. If you only have like a rough estimate of what you want the size to be, you can change just one of these and it will size itself out, thankfully. So say I want to do 800, then I click enter and it would do the other sizing for me. Now you're probably wondering how to organize your folders. So if you go to your characters lists, the ones I have displayed are parent folders, and those ones have the icons and whatnot. But to make them in this flattened style that I showed earlier, where they are all just on one page instead of worrying about going from folder to folder to folder, what you need to do is go to your folders here in the top left corner again, and you would want to make a parent folder, so you'd create folder. And if you want it to just be a parent folder, don't worry about this. But if you do want it to be a subfolder within that folder, you would need to click whatever parent folder and then go from there. So we'll just do this one for now. And the thing is, like I said, if you want them all to be shown on one page, then both of the folders need to be in the flattened style. That speaks for itself. It's a single page folder. So to favorite a character, let's scroll through our toy house and we see this character, then it's favorite right here. If you wanted to go subscribe to a person, then you click this part of their account and it would show subscribe here. And you can edit what you want to see from this person.